Boomer Kawanger, I believe. Again, like, the type weaknesses make no sense to me in this one. I'm gonna go ahead and get Boomer Kawanger, and then completely waste our time by going back to Spark Vandal stage. That's my game plan here. I almost never use their weapon types, like just when navigating, just when going through a level. I pretty much just stick to the Mega Buster and only use the type weaknesses during boss fights. I don't know, it just feels like, why would you waste the weapon energy by using it just running around? It's only like when we get to Sigma's Palace, that I'm gonna start using the weapons you get from the bosses just to navigate the environment. What was I saying? The Pinocchio question isn't a factor. X knows that he's basically a person, just instead of biological chemicals, he's got electric sparks running through his brain and all that. So those are my favorite kind of robots to deal with, is robots who are people. Like, just fucking no frills, no jills. They're obviously people, right? I mean, come on. Yeah. I mean, the data question of, like, oh, what does it mean to be human, etc., etc. That's always fun, too, because that's a fun little existential question. Obviously, that's a science fiction concept to explore what truly makes us human beings, more than any kind of speculative fiction. It's not about actually wondering, oh, if we made robots, what would make them human? It's what about ourselves makes us human that is theoretically different from this thing we are arbitrarily deciding isn't human. We're gonna have to... Ironically, you need the boss weapon from the boss of this area in order to get that upgrade, which is fucking retarded. But in this, it's not a question. The question is instead more like, what are you gonna do with it? He's a robot who's designed as a weapon, designed to fight. Like, Dr. Light designed him with those capabilities. And he's a pacifist. He's like, man, I don't want to fight nobody, I don't want to kill my bros. They're my bros. And in a way, X is the father of all reference, because that's another cool thing that I always loved about, like, the terminology in X, is because X is the original self-aware artificial intelligence android human person robot. Like, he is the guy, and fucking Dr. Light designed him to be, like, self-aware and sapient and all that. Excuse me, I don't appreciate this. And then, like 30 or hundreds of, like, I don't know how far into the future Megaman X is supposed to be compared to Classic, but however many years in the future, after Dr. Light is dead, they find X and are like, dude, holy shit, it's a fucking robot. And they're like, dude, look at his fucking symphonic brain. What's it called? Positronic brain. He's got the positronic brain, you guys. Boomerang cutter just turns you gray. It's fucking super boring, but the cool thing is, if you catch the boomerang, you don't lose the ammo, which is really nifty. Let's go ahead and go back to Spark Mandrill real quick. Just some... Oh, wait. No, yeah, that's fine. I'm not fucking... I thought I was fucking up the order, but no, it's good. We're back here to get an upgrade, and then... I should have saved time and come back here after beating Storm Eagle, but that's a while. Anyway, what we do is go ahead and get our E-Tank. And again, look at that. If you shoot it and then catch it, look at the energy. Look at the ammo meter. See, we lose 3, we get 3 back. Lose 3, get 3 back. That's really cool. That's really nifty. That's a good attention to detail, that you don't lose the energy. That makes it sound like that's actually an ammo tank, like an ammo clip filled with boomerangs that you're actually exhausting into. Instead of like just being an infinite energy hole that you run out of or whatever. However, like, the way you tend to think of how the ammo works in Mega Man games. I don't know. Anyway. Fucking future peeps were like, yo, check this positronic brain. But we can't wake him up. Like, they didn't know how to wake him up. All they had were his blueprints and his design and his body right there that they could study. And be like, yo, let's go ahead and make new robots reverse engineered from X. So every single Reploid, every single machine, self-aware, like there's just regular, like, utilitarian robots like this guy. This guy's not a Reploid. That's just a robot thing. Like there's like if you just make a robot crane, you know, that has programming built into it, that's not reverse engineered from X. That's just a regular ass machine robot with programming and shit like that. But like self-aware robots like the Mavericks we're dealing with, they're all reverse engineered based on X's positronic brain, off of his blueprints. Every single Reploid is like born from the rib of Adam, so to speak. So he's like the father of all Reploids. So in a way, like, every time he goes and has to kill one of these Maverick dudes, he's killing his children. So of course he's gonna be slightly pacifistic. Pacifistic. Is that a word? It is now. Pacifism. Pacifistic. Shut up. He doesn't want to kill him. Because he's like, no, my kids, my buddies. Like, he's an old-ass man. He's like the oldest robot. And that's another thing that's really funny, is everyone always calls X a Reploid. Like, that's the word for self-aware, artificial, intelligent, sapient being in this universe is Reploid. They're not androids, they're Reploids. Because they're replications of the original android that is X. So, all androids are called Reploids, but in-universe, like, the awareness of the origin of the term and why androids are called Reploids gets lost. So you have people calling X a Reploid, even though he's not a Reploid. He's the original. Everyone else is a replication based on him. So I believe this is from Chill Penguin. I'm not 100% sure where the water here is from. It's from it's beating another boss causes this water to be here, and that makes getting that life upgrade way easier. Like, you have to have the charge beam and use Chill Penguin's charged up shot in order to get that if you don't have the water, which kind of defeats the purpose. Really. Because you get the charge beam in, like, Flame Mammoth stage, and you can only get the charge beam if you have the fucking, helmet, and you can only get the helmet on, I wanna say, Storm Eagle stage. So it's like way more of a runaround to get that life upgrade without just having the water already be here to make it way easier. Anyway, so, like, all androids are Reploids, except X, and this is the cool part, except Zero. Zero is also not a Reploid. Zero is not an android based on a replication of X's original design documents. Zero is an original creation of Dr. Wily. Zero is an android all on his own. He's not a replication of X in any degree, but because, like, the common parlance of referring to androids as Reploids has achieved such a cultural osmosis that you have characters calling X and Zero Reploids, even though neither of them are Reploids. And that's just really amusing to me. Because that's not a fuck up on the writer's part. I mean, it could be, but like, what it informs of the setting is that people don't know, or like the language has evolved to the point where it has gone beyond its original meaning, aka the same thing that happens to words nowadays. Like, there's a class in Persona 5 that's like, nowadays we call things whack to mean like, that's not, I don't jive with that. Like, that's whack, bro. That's lame. That's not a good thing. That's whack. But originally, a whack was like a thieves' share. Like when you pull a thrift. When you're divvying up the spoils, you would get your whack. But nowadays, like, the common modern usage of the word whack, like, that's whack, son, has gone beyond it. It has no relation to what its original usage was for, to the point where a lot of people don't even know what the fuck the original definition of whack actually was. And also, no one says whack anymore, because that's fucking retarded. Who is it? Boomer Coinger. But that's the same thing that happened to Reploid. Originally, Reploid was coined to mean replicant android, a replica of X, the original android, but now it just means, like, self-aware artificial robot. It just means android. So you have characters calling X and Zero Reploids, even though they're not. They're like legit androids. It's so interesting to me. And also, like, all Reploid, like, X isn't. I believe that's what it said at the beginning. There is X doesn't have the first law built in. The first law of robotics, where for some reason it's only the first law. There's 3 laws, guys. There's a reason for the 3. You can't just have one, which is you're not allowed to hurt a person. Chameleon Sting, which is hands down by far the most useful weapon to have once you have the charge upgrade. Once you have the triple charge, that is hands down the most useful fucking weapon in terms of navigation. I'm going to be exploiting that heavily once we get to Sigma's castle. X, I believe, isn't built with that restriction, but that's why he was put into stasis for however many years, because Light wanted to imbue, like, an ethics program into him, to be like, I want him to know that killing people's super bad, so he'll choose not to do it. But I'm not gonna, like, impose a programming limitation onto him. If I impose a programming limitation on him, that will defeat the purpose of creating him with this infinite potential of the letter X, this variable through which he will be able to achieve anything. If I say, no, you're not allowed to do this, obviously that means he can't achieve anything, so that goes against the point. So I'm just going to, like, brainwash him for, like, 500 years or however long, it is to know inherently that being a douchebag's not cool, so he'll make the decision on his own to not do it. But Reploids are built... Hold on. Yep. Are built with the first law, to not hurt human beings. So any Reploid that violates the first law and, like, intentionally harms humans is designated as a Maverick. Like, your programming is faulty, you're a danger to yourself and others, watch this, yeah! Fucking so cool, I love this game! Oh wait, this level has a upgrade and a E-Tank. And, man, Storm Eagle stage is the best. I love this airport stage, it's so fucking rad. Although, it has these platforming sections which, if they go off screen, I think the enemy will, like, respawn on the platform, and it will prolong your ability to jump on it, which is really funny. I think it's this guy. It didn't happen. But, first, oh, it might be this one. Hold on. Let's see this. No. Maybe if I jump. Hold on. No, the guy behind us respawned, though. I knew it was him. Anyway. So Maverick originally means anyone who's a douchebag and is gonna try and hurt humans. Because robots can't hurt humans, that's fucked up, don't do that. Oh, that guy for sure is gonna respawn if he goes off screen. So, yo, that bitch is a Maverick, go kill his ass. And I want to say, like, Zero was the original Maverick, because Zero also wasn't designed with any of Isaac Asimov's laws of robotics. I think X might have been. I'm not sure. I forget. I'm misremembering certain things. I could be wrong, but I know for sure Zero wasn't. The most useless upgrade in Mega Man X history. Thanks for nothing, you jackass. The utilities of this upgrade is so worthless. Oh, this upgrade sucks so bad. That's it. That's all it does. Certain things, like basically certain blocks that look like that, you'll be able to headbutt them and destroy them. That is its only use. It's so worthless. I fucking hate the helmet. It's so bad. Excuse me, I don't have time for y'all. I have time for this. Ain't nobody got time for that. Zero wasn't designed with any kind of moral restrictions. He wasn't put in an ethics tube for decades, or not. He wasn't designed with the 3 laws of robotics. Wily just made fucking Zero to be an asshole. Like, fuck Dr. Light thinks he's gonna make a self-aware artificial intelligence. I'm gonna make my own self-aware artificial intelligence with blackjack and hookers. And he's gonna be a huge dick and just kill everyone because fuck all of you. I love Storm Eagle stage. Look at the little play on the convention of going into the boss door, and you have to go down. Like, you can kill yourself. Storm Eagle is the only boss where you can die after going through the boss door, but before actually fighting him. It's great. And then he blows up his own ship just to make a cool arena to fight you in. Because Storm Eagle's a badass. Yeah, let's rock it, Storm Eagle. You're so fucking cool. Where is it? There we go. Yeah, just stand still for me, buddy. Yeah, keep doing that. You're really helping me out with this one. Keep it up. Also, that one that was also pretty good for fucking you over with. There we go. Storm Eagle, you're a cool guy, but fuck off. Zero was just made as like a fuck you killing machine. And they actually oh, look at the background. Look at the sky. the airship is falling. We killed Storm Eagle, so the airship is falling to the Earth. And it's crashing. Where is it going to land? Dun dun dun. Before we go to the last stage here, let's take a minor detour and see where Storm Eagle's airship landed. Aw, isn't that so cool? Look, these are the pieces of his airship. And they're just strewn about, and the whole power plant is broken now. Look, the lights are going out. These tubes don't have those electric shocks in them anymore. We're not going to get shocked by electricity anymore. And the whole stage is dark and busted. Isn't that nifty? Let's just get out of here. I think that's really nifty. So they actually retconned it a few times, where... I gotta get that one. Actually, yeah, let's go ahead and get our life upgrade from Boomer Kroinger stage while I'm talking about this. They actually retconned it, I think, because in Mega Man X4 or 5, they showed, like, Zero's backstory was he was this super dangerous, crazy Maverick. And, like, the original Maverick hunters were, like, hunting it. Like, X-Zero was just causing havoc. And so the original Maverick hunters were like, yo, we gotta go deal with this problem. And, like, Sigma went in there to bust up Zero's shit. And they got into this cool fight. And, like, Sigma grabbed Zero's head or something like that and busted his helmet up. And that gave him this weird Maverick virus. And, again, this is a huge, like, weird retcon because they start saying that the Maverick virus is the thing that's causing Reploids to go Maverick, which is like Sigma is infecting them with bullshit juice and causing them to go nuts. And he originally contracted that virus from Zero. And like fucked up his, and like crushed his head, and all the Maverick juice in Zero's head leaked out and infected Sigma with it, and for some reason, that made Zero not a douchebag, or like gave him amnesia or something like that. Again, because I guess that's just Zero's thing. Zero's thing is dying and getting amnesia. That's just his hobby, you know? He does it on the weekends. He gets amnesia and dies. That's what he does. Fuck you. So that's why Sigma's evil, because he contracted the fucking Maverick virus from Zero. And Zero joined up with the Maverick Hunters and was like, okay, whatever. Like, I don't know what's going on with my life. Like, he's designed with the killing intent. He's designed with the, fuck you, I just want to murder shit. So he is all down with being a Maverick Hunter and just wrecking everyone's asshole. Unlike X, who is like always crying about it. Bitch. Zero's like, yeah, let's just murder people for no reason. It's cool. It's super fun. Is this not fun to you? Murdering dudes? It's awesome. Are you crazy? But he's only killing bad guys, so it's okay. And also, he's killing dudes that are infected with the virus that he originally infected Sigma with, so it's fine. It's like he's redeeming himself, but also he doesn't really care about that. But then they retconned that to say, like in the PSP remake of Mega Man X here, they retconned Zero's backstory. And I actually don't know what his backstory is supposed to be like. They just found him. I don't know. Because Sigma is still around. Like, he's still in charge of things, while Zero is also part of the Maverick Hunters. So it's like, what happened to that fucking cutscene from Mega Man X4? Where Sigma fucking fought Zero and got infected with the Maverick virus. I don't know what's going on here. Okay, here's the part where we need the headbutt, and this is actually really tricky. Ah, yes! Okay. Whew, you can fuck yourself on that one. This capsule contains a badass fucking gun. Use it to kick ass. Yeah, Dr. Light, thanks for making me a fucking pacifist and then giving me all these cool weapons, you douchebag. That's why X resets back to 0 in between games. That's why he loses all his full armor upgrades and, like, weapons from enemies he killed. Like, in Mega Man Classic, it never really made sense why you, in Mega Man 2, you don't have all of the weapons that you got in Mega Man 1. But X is a pacifist, so he doesn't want to have all these cool weapons. He wants to live a life of peace. X just wants to live a peaceful life. Leave him alone. So he throws away all his weapons. He's like, I don't want to fucking fight people and kill shit anymore. Fuck all of you. Like, I'm just gonna ditch this junk. Because I don't need it. Because hopefully, now that I killed all the bad guys, I won't ever have to kill anyone anymore. Because X is kind of an idiot. I only need one more health upgrade, and then I think we can go for the Hadouken. Unless I'm misremembering. Yeah, I love the pink gun. So bad. Oh wait, let's watch this. Watch this. Watch it! Yeah! Smushed. Aww. Another thing that influenced my fucking developmental years. Anyway. So, I don't know what Zero's backstory is supposed to be in the fucking Maverick Hunter reboot timeline, because Zero is running around with Sigma right there also being in charge. So it's like, okay? I think, like, they probably wanted to run the idea of the Maverick virus back. Because that's another thing that's cool about, like, the terminology of Maverick, because in the X series, they started going like, oh, you get infected with the Maverick virus. But eventually, like you start getting quote-unquote Mavericks who are called Mavericks even though they're not infected. Like, I think the bad guys, quote-unquote bad guys in Mega Man X4 aren't Mavericks. They're just, like, they have a different ideology. And, like, they want to fight for Reploid independence or some shit like that. And, like, they're not bad guys at all. But they're being labeled as Mavericks because they're going against the ruling, like, system at the time. And they're still doing douchebag shit, and it turns out they were possessed by Sigma and were gonna be evil. So it's like, okay, but they were still like, yo, we just have this belief system. And we're trying to fight for Reploid independence over here. We, like, no shade on you guys. So, while I was killing all those dudes, Zero was like, I found the place. I found Wily's castle. Let's go fuck it up. I'll hit you up in a second, Zero. Gotta go get my last life upgrade.